They were speaking with Lloyd Keaser, Olympic medalist, a world champion in freestyle wrestling, who is down here in Florida giving a speech to the athletic directors for the U.S. Marine Corps. What was it like being able to relive your Olympic experience and share that with people that were from the Corps, that have the same kind of background as you had?
It's always amazing, and it had a special meaning today because of everything you talked about, being a member of the Marine Corps so many years ago, that they had a major factor, contributing factor into my success over the years. And every time I talk about the Olympics and talk about the Marine Corps, it takes me back in time. So I feel a lot younger, for one, and it's bringing back so many positive and rewarding memories of experiences.
Now, you actually showed slides of all your matches from the Olympic Games in 1976. Are those memories still vivid for you? All the matches, everything that went on, where you went and won a medal for the United States at the Olympics?
The Olympic experience is vivid as if it were yesterday. Probably the match that is truly vivid is the gold medal match with the Russian. I can remember every moment of it, and probably because of the what if question into my mind. And so, and I'm always talking about it with kids to try to help them learn from something that I learned from that experience.
You also talked a little bit about winning your world title in Iran, and clearly that sport is very important in that country, and you were able to, was it a Russian in the finals that you beat?
A Russian in the finals.
Yeah, and come from behind to win. Tell us a little bit about that match. I was really very interested in hearing about your comeback victory to win that gold medal in '73.
Well, based on my memory, probably look at the records, but I was under the impression I was down 8-0 after the first period, on my back quite a bit. And then trying to get back into the match, and was down 10-1 after the second period. In those days, we wrestled 9-minute matches with 1 minute break in between after 3 minutes. And then in the background, I heard this horn blowing, and people started to chant my name. It got to a point where they were chanting it in a rant, and it gave me a tremendous amount of energy. And I went out there, and I was able to tie the match, and then based on a tiebreaker, 10-10, I scored 2 points at the buzzer. Enabled me to earn the title of world champion. And the Iranians ran off out of the stadium and picked me up and hauled me around the shoulders, around the match. And they treated my wife and I very well outside the arena. We got rides from like a 4-star general. People opened their doors for us. They really supported me as an American, as a wrestler. I thought I was one of their heroes. It was an amazing experience.
Yeah, the athletes still talk about how much they enjoy competing in that country, and it must have felt like all the work you put in, and here you are in a place where they really respected and appreciated what you were able to achieve.
Oh yes, definitely so.
I was wondering if perhaps you could talk a little bit about the Marine Corps. The U.S. Marines is a sponsor of USA Wrestling, and we have a long tradition of having wrestling people involved in the Marines and vice versa. What kind of things are there about the Marine Corps that fit into the life of someone who has a wrestling background as a career, and also even as an opportunity as an athlete?
Well, let me know that I'm biased about the Marine Corps because I wanted to be a Marine as long as I can remember. I was on a list, as I shared in the presentation, and then I was made aware that if I chose to go to one of the service academies, or ROTC or OCS, I can become an officer in the Marine Corps, and that was the path that I followed. In the way the Marine Corps, they believe in fitness, mental toughness, discipline, teamwork, ultimate teamwork, because in this case here, the lack of teamwork will result in potential death, out there. And then support of the family, probably the mental toughness, the structure, the discipline, and the fitness portions are the ones that I see. And the strong leadership exhibited by just so many people out there.
Now, you're telling me you're helping coach a high school team now as an assistant coach. What's it like working with young people and sharing your wrestling knowledge with people that are still developing as individuals and athletes?
It's very rewarding and very challenging, and at the same time frustrating. When you deal with guys at the collegiate level or world-class level, You show them move, you know, they pick it up pretty quickly. You know, so the learning cycle is extended, it appears, at the high school level. But they are open and wide-eyed and moldable, not in a negative sense, but in a very positive sense, more so than someone at the collegiate level, I think, or international level. And so that openness is part of the things that really excites me.
Oh, your speech today was about keys to success, and you identified too that I think maybe we'd like to share with the wrestling community a little bit about setting goals and having a plan. How has that approach helped you not only as an athlete, but in your business career and all aspects of your life?
Well, what I discovered was the part of my speech was as a result of going through one of the corporate personal business development sessions where they talked about those things, goal setting and planning and all that. And what I was able to do, I said, hey, wait a minute. I didn't know why I had those successes I had back doing the wrestling world, but then everything they talked about, they made perfect sense. So basically, I went back and retrofitted those things, and I believe strongly that you have to have a goal out there, regardless of whether you believe you can get there or not. But if you want to get there, and then get those folks who've had experiences that they can share to help you put a plan together, whether it be by yourself, I recommend having other folks have input that will get you to that particular goal. In my case, what I talked about specifically in there was in wrestling, but it worked the same way in the computer world when a person's acquiring a system, computer system, or implementing that system. It worked the same thing in family life, in all aspects of life.
You talked a little bit about the honor that you felt when you were inducted in the National Wrestling Hall of Fame, as well as in the U.S. Marine Corps Sports Hall of Fame. Tell us a little bit about how humbling that is and the way that it's impacted you years after your competition.
Well, as I said in there, I just thought that I was just an everyday guy who worked extremely hard and had some considerable success in something that I loved and was passionate about. But yet to be recognized by your peers in the wrestling world as considered to be one of the greatest wrestlers in history, and then the Marine Corps, in sports history within the Marine Corps, with a lot of guys in NBA, NFL, boxing Hall of Fame, it is a truly humbling experience. It's still hard for me to envision myself being one of those guys, you know, but it is. I'm trying to embrace it more, you know, as I go about and use it so that I can try to inspire others to go after whatever they want to go after, and they'll be in their own types of halls of fame.
Well, thanks for your time, Lloyd Keaser, Olympic silver medalist, world champion in freestyle wrestling, and a Marine. We appreciate your time.
All right, thanks, Gary.